Today I will take you on a journey on the top 10 best places to visit in France to help you plan your next visit. I hope you enjoy. France's oldest and second largest city has become an exciting, up-and-coming tourist destination. Marseille has several sites to explore, including the Basilique Notre Dame de la Garde and Château d'If, the ominous prison made famous by Alexandre Dumas' The Count of Monte Cristo. When the weather is nice, the rocky cliffs and secluded beaches of the Calax are excellent for swimming, boating, and hiking. A trip to Marseille wouldn't be complete without a stop by the Muséum, a museum dedicated to Mediterranean civilization. Its rooftop terrace makes the perfect vantage point to admire the city. Mont Saint-Michel. Rising above the sea like the lost city of Atlantis, Mont Saint-Michel in Normandy is one of France's most visited sites. Legend says the Archangel Michael, the island's namesake, repeatedly appeared to Bishop Hubert of Avranches in dreams, told him to build a church on top of the island in AD 708. Since it has been built, it has become an important pilgrimage site for Christians and European intellectuals. Visitors can tour the picturesque abbey and admire its incredible medieval architecture or wander its surrounding streets, which are lined with tiny shops and quaint cafes. The capital of France's Champagne region, Reims is a destination for wine lovers and history buffs. It is very popular to tourists. The city offers many champagne cellars where visitors can learn about how the popular wine is produced before tasting it. Additionally, Reims features breathtaking Gothic architecture at attractions like the Cathedral of Notre Dame at Reims, where 25 French monarchs were crowned between 1223 and 1825, and the adjacent Palace of Tau, the former residence of France's archbishops. A visit wouldn't be complete without perusing the exhibits in one of Reims' museums, which cover several topics from war history to art and automobiles. If you love to surf, catch some waves in Biarritz, France's surfing capital. This once sleepy fishing village in French Basque Country became a playground for Europe's royalty in the 1850s thanks to Napoleon III and his wife, Eugénie. Today, their former palace, which is now the luxurious Hôtel du Palais Biarritz, is more likely to be infested by surfers looking to take advantage of Biarritz's fantastic waves. After a day at the beach, tourists can enjoy a leisurely stroll along the town's streets, shop for locally made espadrilles, or test lady luck at one of France's largest casinos. Saint-Tropez. After the movie Brigitte Bardot filmed and God Created Woman here in 1956, Saint-Tropez transformed from an unknown fishing village to a symbol of glamour and hedonism. But there is more to this French Riviera hotspot than partying and yacht hopping. After a day on one of the destination's famous beaches, tourists can stroll through the viewport, check out its museums, or visit La Tarte Tropézienne to try the eponymous dessert. Saint-Tropez's many boutiques also make it easy to keep up with the town's fashionable, and sometimes famous, guests. Avignon. France's most spectacular architecture, head to Avignon. This city in southeastern France is full of beautiful structures, including the 14th-century Palais des Papes, the biggest Gothic palace in the world, and the arched bridge, Pont d'Avignon. Several can't-miss museums are spread throughout Avignon as well, such as the Musée Angledon, which houses work by highly regarded artists like Edgar Degas, Pablo Picasso, and Vincent van Gogh. Visit in July to attend the Festival d'Avignon, one of the world's largest performing arts festivals. This tiny village on the edge of Normandy makes for a perfect day trip from Paris and is known for its ties to Claude Monet. The world-renowned Impressionist painter spent the last 43 years of his life here, and his house, including its iconic water lily pond and bridge, is open to the public. Just be sure to visit during the summer months since this attraction closes annually from November to early April. There are no paintings on display inside the house, but art lovers can head to the nearby Giverny Museum of Impressionism to see an excellent collection of Impressionist art. Carcassonne. It feels as if you've stepped back in time during a stroll within the fortified walls of Carcassonne. In fact, the city even was the inspiration for a board game of the same name. This UNESCO World Heritage listed city was restored to its former medieval glory in the 1800s. In the upper, older part of town known as La Cité, you can tour storybook streets and magnificent cathedrals. And in the lower and newer, but equally historic, Bastide Saint-Louis area, you'll find various museums, shops, and cafes. Before you leave, take a mini boat cruise on Canal du Midi. Famous for its yearly film festival in May, Cannes is just as beautiful, and much less congested, at other times of the year. Cannes is another French Riviera popular that welcomes travelers looking for a little relaxation. Think, sun-soaked beaches and meandering walks through the steep streets of Le Sacquet, one of the city's oldest neighborhoods. Visitors can sightsee as they stroll along La Croisette, the city's 2-mile-long promenade, or sit down for an exquisite food at a Michelin-starred restaurant. Feeling lucky? Stop by one of the city's casinos. A lot of people don't know about the big-name cities like Paris. Lyon competes with the best of them. Despite being the third largest city in France, Lyon is much calmer and less touristy than other similarly sized destinations. The streets are filled with public art, including the city's famous Trompe-l'œil murals, and some museums focus on everything from movies to history. Plus, it's surrounded by hundreds of wineries and home to 4,000+ restaurants, several of which boast Michelin stars, making it especially appealing to enophiles and foodies.